Hey man, what up, YouTube? It's your boy ISOT back with another reaction. James Houston. If you clicked on this video, you probably a Lions fan. Um, in my opinion, James Houston should make the team. Shout out all 22 Films, by the way. I watch all his Lions videos. Um, Great film study guy. Okay, yo, appreciate the cheers. Appreciate the bits. But yeah, so he had a great game in my opinion against the Steelers, so I want to see the film on it. And in my opinion, he definitely makes the team. Him and Betts should both make the team. If you guys think about it, we really don't got that much depth at edge rusher. Like, we got the main three guys, probably Aiden, Davenport, Pascal, who's more like a 3 tech in a way. Like, so you lost Kaminsky, injury, out for the season, out indefinitely at least. You lost the Aquara brothers, like you lost Charles Harris. So like there's spots for Betts, Houston, fucking Ukwu should definitely make it. Like, but there's spots for all three of them to make it. So I don't know why I've been seeing Lions fans talk about Oh, is he gonna make? He's obviously gonna make it, bro. I don't care what Dan Campbell said. Is it enough? Is it? He's just. That's how Dan be, bro.
Master cuts Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday evening. You guys know, if you've been around my channel for any length
It's
of time,
Monday,
I'm
so
a
we're gonna
huge
see
James
by
Houston
tomorrow.
4 fan, dating back to that, really meteoric rise in mid-season, late season 2022. Is it enough for him to make the team? I struggle to justify to you why other guys who've been there and haven't put out film commensurate to what James Houston the fourth has, being albeit a year and a half, 2 years ago, in guys like Mitchell Agood, Isaac Ukwu, and Matthew Betts,
Mitchell
however you
Agude
pronounce it.
too.
But nonetheless, I understand that there was a battle between Agood, Ukwu, and Houston, because they played, and Betts as well, I guess. They all played about the same number of snaps in Saturday's game, 22, 23 snaps each. I think Ukwu played 19. He's an impressive guy, actually. I really like him. I don't think those other guys have the same burst and suddenness that Houston can have, but Houston looks a little heavier to me than he did in that 2022
He
rookie
definitely
season.
do.
Perhaps by design, just getting older as well, trying to put some weight on. But look, multiple guys had sacks. Houston had one. Ukwu had a sack. I don't have the film of the Ukwu sack. I could not get it to work. Ty Summers, inside linebacker, who I think is now on his 4th NFL team, most recently with the Saints before coming to Detroit. 9 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 2 TFLs. I think possibly a misplayed coverage on the
Yeah.
big completion to the tight end,
Yup.
threw it over
Justin
the middle.
Fields to the tight
So this
end.
will be a film
Yup.
study look at those guys and some of the
Definitely
things they
happy.
did on Saturday, with a look forward to roster cut down on Tuesday afternoon.
Okay, talk to me.
Surfing is just going to be an example of what I'm talking about with suddenness. This is actually Houston's sack, so we're on the 4th
Yeah, this is
possession
the
here, I
inside
believe,
move,
maybe the
fake
5th,
outside,
and then
go
we'll go
inside.
through by possession with some of the plays these guys got. So it's 12 personnel for the Steelers,
Oh,
play
inside,
action,
quick,
and he's
easy,
stunting
there.
to the inside. Now the starting tackle is out, so this is 74. But this inside move by Houston, he's got suddenness when he's attacking. And I know that in the
That was
first
so smooth.
preseason game, he's spent a significant amount of time in coverage. I mean, I did a video on it showing him dropping into coverage. This is what you want as a Lions fan. This is clearly what James Houston, the 4th fans want. Him attacking, trying to get to the quarterback. Can he do this enough for the Lions front office and their coaches to advocate for keeping him on the roster? I don't know. All right, so we'll go through by possession now. This is going to be first possession, 3rd down, big completion from Russell Wilson to George Pickens over concept. Actually, it's an out from Russell Wilson through by
I
possession
just
now.
hate when he's lined up. Like, right here, I think this shit is ass. Like, you getting chipped by the tight end and then going, like, he's a speed rusher. It's like, bro, you
This is going to be
stopping his
first possession,
momentum.
3rd
Like,
down, big completion
he should have immediately rushed towards the inside instead of the
from
outside.
Russell Wilson
Yeah, that's on him, though.
to George Pickens.
But I don't
over
even think the
concept.
tight end
Actually, it's
wanted
an
to
out route.
touch
I'm
him.
sorry, from a deeper out route from the same side of the field. He's off screen to our right. None of these guys are winning up here. You got Pascal, Ukwu, Houston dealing with the tight end briefly, and then I think it's Jones, their starting right tackle. Neither one of those guys are necessarily winning. I think Houston, appears to have the better rush move, but it's a loss nonetheless. Still first possession. This is going to be the touch. We're skipping plays here. This is going to be the touchdown run by Patterson. It's to our right hand side. This is going to be the touch. We're skipping plays here. This is going to be the touchdown run.
This shit was definitely on Mekhi Wingo. Like,
Still first possession. This is going to be the touch. We're skipping plays here. This is going to be the touchdown run.
yeah, this is on Mekhi. He just, I don't know how he let the center get on his outside. This was definitely on Wingo.
By Patterson. It's to our
Too late.
our
Got
right
off
hand
that
side. The
block
defense's
way too
right hand
late.
side.
That's on Wingo.
32-yard run. Cordell Patterson is a fun player to watch for me, but I think you're compromised here with these two guys on the backside. So Pascal, they're trying to scoop him, and in my opinion, he allows himself to be scooped. Now, I don't look at Pascal as an edge defender who's competing with Ukwu and
Yeah, me
Houston
neither.
and others to get on the roster. He's a hybrid John Kaminsky type. He can play 4-eye, he can play 3 some. In this case, they're scooping him. The tackle on the backside has got further in this direction than Pascal has, and then the run concept hits downhill. There's no backside inside linebacker support either by, I think, 58, whose name I'm not going to try to say. What I mean by scooping, let me pull this back to the beginning of the play. Houston's on the backside, unable to close down the tight end. I think Washington is trying to long arm, stick his arm out there and prevent Houston from closing down. And then I think he's also trying to go up and get the strong safety. But in terms of scooping, the run play is going this way. So by alignment, Pascal is further in that direction than this offensive tackle, 77. 77 is trying to scoop him from the backside, meaning cut him off. 77 is trying to get to this side. Now, cool, Pascal, you've slapped him and made him lose his balance, but what you've also done is you've compromised the backside pursuit in order to, I guess, go get a sack. That's what the
Yeah,
terminology that I
okay.
learned is a scoop block
See,
versus
you learn a
a
lot of
reach,
things. I
because
thought
the
this was
ball
on
is
Wingo,
here.
but
You're on the backside of the play call. So a reach would be trying to accomplish the same task over here, but it's to the play side. This is the backside guy, and hence why we would call it a scoop block.
I still feel
Pascal
like
scoops
Wingo could have got
himself.
off that block.
Not necessarily the reason why the play totally succeeded, but something that, I wouldn't advocate for you to do. All right, second possession. This is a 3rd and 3. Split zone read by Fields. Normally on option stuff, the Lions last year, 2023, they're running this D end outside linebacker down the line of scrimmage to go tackle the running back, forcing a keep read by the quarterback. A little bit less abrupt here by Houston, but he sees the split zone, the kick out block coming, ends up getting cut, tries to sprawl, but it's too late, got to his knees, got to his ankles, and Houston's able to, unbelievable athletes in the NFL. No nickel support here off screen until it's too late. I think it's Gilmore or corner support, I should say. Fields ends up converting. It's a violent play, obviously. It's a read concept. Whatever, design you think they should do. I guess you got 3 options. You can run violently, maybe 4, run violently down the line of scrimmage, go upfield, maybe not at that precise angle that I just drew, to get the quarterback, force a give read, half man it, kind of slow play it some. I guess Houston is somewhere between half manning it and going down the line of
I don't
scrimmage. But I
think
think he
Houston made
sees
a
the
bad
kick out
play.
block by the tight end. Lucky he didn't get hurt.
Definitely.
Ends up being a 4-yard gain to
just-
convert on the 3rd and 3. Still second possession. This is the completion to the tight end over the middle. I think it's Pruitt.
This was on Ty
81.
Summers right here.
Widens Houston up a little bit.
Summers could have
They have
definitely made a play on this ball right
gap
here.
scheme protection, different names for it. But the guard and the running back are the guard's pulling, and the running back is crossing Fields' face. So they're back blocking on Martin. Left tackle's dealing with Pascal. Guard pulling to the edge. Halfback, running back also going to the same edge. So they're using those guys to pick up the edge defender. In this case, Houston, who doesn't collapse it down fast enough. There's still 2 guys that are going to be able to be there to help him. I think Summers is a little bit out of position here from a horizontal standpoint.
I think he went way too far left.
A little late in recognizing. You can see the tight end is going to end up further in this direction. You guys have got a frame that's kind of probably messing your view up. And I think Summers ends up too far that way, even though it doesn't go at that exact angle that I drew. You can see that the middle of the field is open because Summers has allowed himself to get out leveraged vertically and I think horizontally. Third possession, Pascal with a nice play on the backside. And again, I missed the sack by Ukwu. Agude did have 3 tackles in a row on the first or second possession of the third quarter. I don't have those included in this cut up. I think Ukwu off our right-hand side over here, 45, getting expanded a little bit by the left tackle.
Strickland is tough, too. I like Strickland.
But him, Agood, and Betts.
I like Strickland. Okay. Strickland be there.
But him, Agood, and Betts, and Houston, all of the same size, the same build pretty much. All guys that are probably competing for that spot. You're welcome to let me know what you think of who should make the roster in that regard in terms of second pass rush guy off the right-hand side. Pascal not getting scooped this time. I guess he's close to it, but he's able to cut it off in from the backside along with Summers.
Was right there. I like that tie.
77 still in. Again, a scoop would be 77 getting to this side. So getting further in this direction than Pascal's feet. Then we just call it, beat the head. Get your head to the opposite side and cut him off. It almost happens. You can see, I think it's Jones, 77, tries to break his posture by swatting down with his right forearm. Kind of works for a moment. Pascal's got contact balance, able to play through it. Nice rep, if you ask me. 1 yard gain. Him and Summers get credit for the tackle. I believe this is still fourth possession. It's a run concept. Houston is off our right-hand side on the screen. I think this is Betts over here to the left. Houston here. Look, I may not get a chance to do another James Houston IV film study video, so you'll have to forgive me for doing one after he only had 3 tackles and 1 sack. And I guess no other real wins in the pass rush that I saw, but he's violent.
No, I've seen
from an athletic standpoint.
I definitely seen guy. No, I was watching the highlights. He definitely won more than
for me. And of course, I'm biased because I'm a big fan of his. That would be the premier athlete of those players: Ukwu, Agood, Betts, and him. But hey, whatever the Lions do, I'll support and be a fan of because A, I trust their front office, and B, I think they understand the reasons. Campbell did make an interesting statement today. I think it was easy from Twitter, shared it on Twitter, about Campbell saying, hey, we respect the work that's done against our starting tackles in practice. So whoever is generally winning or doing the best job from those guys, Ukwu, Agood, Betts, or Houston, it sounds like has probably got a little bit of a lead in that regard. Did anybody separate themselves from this game? I'm not sure. I mean, Houston's sack doesn't happen until the 5th possession. As an aside, this is a really cool stunt or scheme that they're using on a 3rd down, 3rd and 8. Justin Fields still in the game. There's a lot going on here, so I'll try to break it down. I think we'll start from left to right. I think Betts has got a hard-coded outside rush on this stunt. So what I mean is, I think Betts is being told, you have to win to the top side. I'm not talking about going, at crazy depth, but he's been being told, don't use an inside move. Well, why? Well, they're bringing a stunt between the inside linebacker, 25, Summers, first. And watch what he does once he gets past the line of scrimmage. He very sudden, distinct veering off in this direction. And that's solely because he's trying to free up space on this side of his stunt path for the second inside linebacker through. Perhaps I'm not saying it in a way that makes sense. I'll let it run through a couple of times so you can see him taking on 38, him being Summers. He's veering off to our left, 38's left, his right, Summers is right. And that's because of the delayed blitz over the top of the second inside linebacker. You can see Summers is going in this direction, 52 folding under here, and that's why I think Betts' rush is hard-coded to the top side. This is also one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of, quote, grading every single edge rush as a win or a loss, because sometimes it's hard-coded for you not to lose, but it's hard-coded for you to go to a certain side. Well, if the tackle oversets and you're being told to take a hard-coded outside rush no matter what, that could sometimes be the formula that creates a loss. In this case, it works out perfect. Betts actually gets hands-on. Fields, the left tackle, didn't overset, by the way. It's quite slow out of his pass set, let's put it that way. Houston on the other side, I don't think he is got a hard-coded rush to the top side. I think he's on some type of bull, or perhaps he's got a two-way go. It doesn't look like it to me because I think Pascal was a little bit less disciplined in this game than I remembered him being. Pascal ends up being on a B gap rush here, so maybe he's supposed to be in the B gap, and Houston is almost on this outside half a man, rush, but he's certainly not trying to win to the outside in the same way that Betts does. Forgive me for breaking that one down so long, but hopefully you enjoyed it. I like stunts. I really like stunts that only use 5 or 6 players. In this case, the Lions are utilizing 6 guys. The math to explain it as plus 2. So 7 players. Houston sack from the end zone angle again. I'm mid to early second quarter. I think you can see that 77 is off for the Steelers. Houston jumps inside on this, very sudden and quick. His closing speed is still there. Are the moves still there? The confidence? It doesn't look like it, just from a brutally honest standpoint. And hey, I'm a huge James Houston 4 fan. Hopefully this sack will get him going, and they keep him on the roster. It would be difficult for me to justify why you let go of someone who has shown the ability to finish that he did. He played last year against the Chiefs in week 1. I thought his footing was bad in that game. I thought there were some times where he fell in an awkward manner for whatever reason. Week 2 against the Seahawks, gets hurt. Don't see him again until I think the Bucs game in the playoffs. Maybe it was the 49ers game. I'm not sure. In any case, this is my breakdown of some of those edge defenders. Even though I didn't, show Aguday's 3 tackles a quarter, I felt his impact. I don't get into stuff like that.
I think he makes the team. Anyways, subscribe if you do. Like the video up. And yeah, I'm out of here.